A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "A little while, and you will no longer see me. And again, a little while later, you will see me." So some of his disciples said to one another, "What does this mean that he is saying to us, 'A little while, and you will not see me,' and again, 'A little while, and you will see me,' and 'because I am going to the Father'?" So they said, "What is this little while of which he speaks? We do not know what he means." Jesus knew that they wanted to ask him, so he said to them, "Are you discussing with one another what I said? 'A little while, and you will not see me,' and again, 'A little while, and you will see me'? Amen, amen, I say to you, you will weep and mourn while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will become joy." The Gospel of the Lord. Have you ever occupied an in-between time? If you are human, which I know you are, surely you have. Some of you may be experiencing an in-between time right now. You may have been laid off from your job. The coronavirus has sadly created just such a time for all of us. And for those out of work, the pain of being in between is made all the more painful and difficult. There's great anxiety and uncertainty, and none of us can predict the future. When this crisis ends, what will life look like? We do not really know, and hence we are living with a certain insecurity. The economy of our nation may take a long time to recover, which means that even after everything is up and running, the uncertainty of being in between will still linger. The transitus, or the Passover, is not over until it is over. And that may turn out to feel like an eternity, not just a year or two or three. So prepare yourself to be in an in-between time for more than a little while. A micron, the shortest measure of time, might at least feel like an aeon, the longest measure of time's passing. Mikron, the Greek word for a little while, which is the subject of discussion in today's gospel passage, is hard for our impatient hearts to endure. We know that that little time to which Jesus refers is spoken by him in reference to his 3 days in the tomb, but it may also be understood as a reference to the time between Ascension and Pentecost, if not as a reference to the extended time between his ascension and the end of time? Jesus' closest disciples did not, at the Last Supper, understand this little while that Jesus mentioned. They were simply filled with sadness because Jesus was leaving them. In between times are the repeated rhythm of dying and new life. They are the Paschal mystery lived out in our lives' time. Such moments can cause us to keep vigil, to anticipate, even in our sadness, the promise of joy to come. How can we do that? By exercising faith in Jesus. Faith knows, as God knows, that there are in between times periods of pain and seasons of suffering. No matter how hard these are, no matter how unwanted they are, it's all just a micron, a brief time, at the end of which faith tells us God will provide us with a surplus of joy and an abundance of life. The great mystic Julian of Norwich emphasized this reality when she repeatedly wrote, "All will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well." That is not just a tag or an inspirational greeting card message. It is essentially a proclamation of profound faith and hope in response to inexplicable suffering. And so we, with faith, live through these in-between times. They are really a prelude to the great promise of resurrection in our life and eternal glory with God in His. Be encouraged. Have hope. This is, after all, only a micron, an in-between time in our lives, which can, by faith, become a time of great promise and hope. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.